Hello everyone, Ted the old Star Wars nerd here, and today on Star Wars Legends I'm going to do something different. I'm going to read a comic book. Now I've had a couple of requests, a couple of people asking about the Star Wars Tales of the Jedi that I was doing the audiobooks on, and I admit I'm very curious about the old Tales of the Jedi. I saw that there was some comics that were, older than what I had done, and so I figured, what the heck? Why not start with them and just read them and do videos on them? I have not read these before. I figured I'll just read a comic book. It'll probably get taken down if anybody ever notices these things, but it'll be fun to make them, and yeah, it'll be fun. I'll enjoy it. So this is the first one. Dawn of the Jedi, Force Storm. This is number 1 of 5. It's 5 issues of Force Storm, and then there's some more. But I'm just gonna basically read the comic and maybe comment on it at the end, see what I think. I'm really looking forward to it. If you don't want to listen to me, turn the audio off and you can just watch. So here we go. Star Wars, Dawn of the Jedi, Force Storm. This is the beginning of a new age. Two covers. That's very cool. So, down here in the bottom, see, before the Republic, 36,000 to 25,000 years before the Battle of Yavin. This is an ancient time, lost in the annals of history. It is a time before a great republic united the galaxy, a time before the first Jedi merged to serve as the guardians of peace and justice. In this era, mysterious alien civilizations with unimaginable powers ruled their own dominions. The events in this story begin approximately 36,453 years before the Battle of Yavin, which we know as Episode 4, A New Hope. So, Star Wars, Dawn of the Jedi, Force Storm, Part 1 of 5. The Jedi Oath. There is no ignorance, there is knowledge. There is no fear, there is power. I am the heart of the Force. I am the revealing fire of light. I am the mystery of darkness, in balance with chaos and harmony, immortal in the Force. So, our story begins a long, long time ago on planets far, far away, 10,000 years before our time. For a millennium, high in the snowy Endobe Mountains of Endo Prime, the Dai Bindu attended a massive edifice they called the Tho Yor. The monks knew the Tho Yor was not of their world. Within its sealed structure, they sensed great mysteries waiting to be revealed. And so, the Dai Bindu waited. They contemplated and meditated and listened with their minds and their hearts, as well as their senses. One day, the Tho Yor spoke to them. "Grappa, do you hear? Aye, the Tho Yor calls us." They heard the call in their hearts, in their minds, not with words, yet as a voice, heard in stillness when all was in balance. An invitation. There were no questions among the Dai Bindu. This was their moment. This was the moment for which all their training had prepared them. This was the fulfillment of prophecy. The Dai Bindu entered the Tho Yor following that prophecy and found revelation. It's like Empire? Let's see. 7 other Tho Yor repeated the pattern throughout the galaxy. On Kashyyyk, Wookiee warriors defending the mystic pyramid heard the call and found peace. On Dathomir, shamans and seers encountered the Tho Yor in dreams and visions. The Tho Yor sang to them. They followed the song and found harmony. On Ryloth, Twi'lek philosophers debating the source of the mystical energy they felt surrounding them heard the call of the Tho-Yor and left the safety of their caves to venture into the desert. By instinct, they knew the answers they sought lay beyond their world. They entered the Tho-Yor and found enlightenment. On Manan, Selkath scholars and scientists paused in their studies as the doors of the great Tho-Yor opened. They entered and found wisdom. The eighth Tho-Yor visited many worlds, gathering other sentients who heard the call, then sped toward the center of the galaxy. Within the deep core, where dark matter causes stars to collide and space can warp in the blink of an eye, the Tho-Yor navigated the twisted paths between black holes and stars, arriving at their final destination, the planet Tython, where the ships gathered around the ninth and largest of the Tho-Yor. The planet heralded their arrival with great storms. On this world, the travelers felt the energy that surrounded them, the same mystical, primal energy, the same force that had first called to them to the Tho-Yor. On that day, the travelers became one in the Force. The Tho-Yor left the central pyramid to take the travelers to their new homes on this strange world. One in the Force, these travelers from diverse and distant worlds also became one people. They became Tythons. Cuba Gooding Jr., Terrence Howard, Red Tails. I'd actually like to see that. The purpose of this gathering soon became clear to the Tythons. They were to study the Force and to master the abilities it gave them. But truly knowing the Force would take more than sitting in deep, silent thought. Their lives became a moving meditation on the Force, a manifestation of the Force from within. Observing the world around them, they saw two moons in the one sky, light Ashla and dark Bogan, and they understood the dual aspects to the Force, light and dark. The light defined the dark, as the dark did the light. When balance was not maintained, Tython reacted to the imbalance with severe storms and quakes. And so the travelers defined themselves, ever seeking a balance. They became the Jedi, a Daibendu term meaning mystic center. Only through the harmony of balance could the Jedi maintain a peaceful world. Oh, so that's really cool. Okay, mystic center, the Jedi, the balance, and all balancing the Force. I wish they would go more into that in the Gray Jedi. Okay, so as the millennium unfolded, the Jedi built a great civilization, establishing temples, cities, seats of learning and healing, each centered around a Tho-Yor. But not all those born to Jedi could become Jedi. Those born without the ability to touch the Force were at the mercy of the planet. Even the Jedi could not always protect them. It became clear after the lost city of Arum was destroyed that Tython was too dangerous for those who could not use the Force. So, in the second millennium, a second migration took place. The Tythons who were not Jedi left Tython, going first to the moons, Ashla and Bogan, and from there outward to populate other worlds in the system. It was a time of great sorrow and of terrible necessity. Families were sundered, and in many cases, the wounds never healed. Those born with an affinity to the Force were always brought back to Tython. From youngling to apprentice, from journeyer to ranger, and finally to master, a Jedi grew. Passing from one temple to another, seeking knowledge, seeking balance in the Force, their creed a message of peace. There is no ignorance, there is knowledge. There is no fear, there is power. I am the heart of the Force. I am the revealing fire of light. I am the mystery of darkness, in balance with chaos and harmony, immortal in the Force. From Tython, the children of Jedi spread out across the Tython system, traveling toward the sun. They settled on Sunspot and Maltara, Nox and Arid Krev Kor. Beyond Tython, they settled first on Kalamar, jewel of the Tython system, then Shikakwa, the outlaw world, then on the forest planet Skagora, and on the moons of the giant Obri and Mar, and even the outermost planet, Cold Fury's Gate. The Jedi intervened on the settled worlds as requested, or as the Force directed, but over the centuries they became mysterious, even feared, figures of legend, and sometimes figures of resentment. The children of the Jedi became estranged from their parents. One such was the despot queen of Shikakwa, Queen Hadia, who first united the crime barons of her planet, then pressed the settled worlds to her service. In her pride, she would not be subject to the Jedi or the will of the Force. Her will alone would be supreme. So was born the Despot War. The children of Jedi returned to Tython to wage war. The Despot army was great in number, but the Jedi had their Force as their ally. The Despot army was defeated at Calith, the Temple of Knowledge. Queen Hadia was slain, but every victory comes at a cost. Many Jedi warriors fell in that battle. Many more of the Despot's army died. Some of the wounds between the Jedi and their children have yet to heal. That was 12 years ago, before you were born. I hate Queen Hadia. Shh, Rez. Hating is wrong. Yes, Master K2? Not necessarily, Heron. Hate is understandable, as is anger. Anger has its uses. It can cleanse like fire. But one must never only feel hate or only feel anger. That brings one out of balance. Queen Hadia wasn't all evil. Many were genuinely devoted to her. To understand Hadia, I must find where she lives in my heart, how I am like her. Nuh-uh, she's never going to be a part of me. In the light there is darkness, and in the darkness a light. It is the way with us all. Be a prisoner of neither Bogan nor Ashla. Strive to live in balance, as Tython itself teaches us. It is dangerous to do otherwise, and the danger is there always. Okay, well that makes more sense from other things I've read. Yeah, okay, well that's cool, okay. Tatooine, a lush world where twin suns warm fair skies, a thriving world where the Kamunga live peacefully in gleaming cities alongside its blue seas. Huh? Tatooine, twin suns, warm fair skies, thriving world, gleaming cities alongside its blue seas. Oh, this is that far long ago. Tatooine had seas. Well, that's cool. Okay, sorry. But that was before the ships of the Infinite Empire darkened the skies, before the Rakata came. Primitive these. Worth the journey, Zesh? Worth it to me? Yes, Praetor Tolkar. I sense little worth reaping in them. But I wouldn't. This is why I have you. Yes, Zesh? Yes, Praetor Tolkar. Which one? This one. Lona! Monster! That was my son! You didn't need to kill him! We didn't need him at all. We are the victors. We do as we like with you. You have won this day, but the Kamunga will fight. We will fight until you are driven from Tatooine. Unlikely that. Sorry, I can't do voices that well. You have done well, Zesh, finding this planet, culling the sensitives. Yes, I think you are the best of the Force Hounds, and you are mine. Zesh's abilities are superior, Praetor Tokar. It is a wonder Praetor Skolnas has not commandeered him. To take Zesh, Praetor Skolnas would have to meet me in battle, Oraman, and Praetor Skolnas knows that. Praetor Skolnas has sent a message ordering you back to Biss. I am to stay to oversee the culling. Yeah, I only conveyed order. Blah. You think me stupid, Ormond? You think I do not know you are Skolnas' spy? You think I could not sense your lust for my command? Or feel your pleasure in relaying the orders? Stupid that. Now you know why Skolnas will not face me. Bah. Praetor Tokar, will you obey the command? Of course. As I am your Praetor, Skolnas is mine. Commands must be obeyed. Have the body properly prepared. All this activity has given me an appetite. Ooh. Okay. Deep Core, the planet Biss. On this dark world, the Infinite Empire has established a center of power. From this temple of fortress, the Rakata explore the mysteries of the forbidding Deep Core and plumb its riches. The command center, the beating heart of the Rakatan stronghold. Skolnas! Praetor Skolnas, Tokar. Praetor. Why did you summon me? I took Tatooine. It was my conquest. Now another is sent to reap the slaves? Praetor Tokar, I do not require you at all. It is your hound Zesh that I require, and he only attends at your heel. My hound, Trill, claims she has sensed a force-rich world within the Deep Core, but she cannot precisely locate it. It is there, my Praetor. The Deep Core is a maze full of anomalies that skew the senses. The task of finding one world within it is impossible. Is that true, Hound Zesh? Is it impossible? For Trill, yes. Liar, braggart, and liar! I'll take your skull. Wah! Hoo! Hada! Whee! Flip! Kicky kick! Ooh! Swishy swish! Lightsaber! Ooh! Kicky! Enough! Ending the fight so soon, Praetor? Premature this. I am thinking we were about to learn who the dominant Force Hound would be. Neither hound issued a formal challenge. If there is to be a death match between them, protocol will be followed, and all of the Infinite Empire will watch. I look forward to it. You, Hound, you did not answer my question. Can this world be found? Be certain you remember the protocols, Praetor Skolnas. If Zesh sensed the world, I claim right of conquest. Protocol will be observed, Tokar. The right will be yours. Well, Hound, can you find this world? Yes, I can find this world. I will take you to it, and you will feast upon its bones. Next, the bones of the Jedi. Alright, well that is the end of that first issue. Star Wars Force Storm. So, well, that was kind of cool. That was really very cool. Yeah. So that brings into focus some things I've been thinking about that they were going to try to do in Star Wars. It kind of looked like they were leading into with some of the things they did in like Rebels and in Clone Wars with the Ashland and the Bogan, and the mother and the father and the sister and that. So that would be really cool. So that's really new. So when was this done? When was this done? Let's see. It was published February 2012. That's right. So these ran from February 2012 to, well, I guess 2013 or wherever they ended. So 2012, that was a few years, just a couple of years before sold to Disney. So I would think this was kind of late, written late in the timeline of original Lucasfilm, probably back when George was still really involved and was trying to get this stuff put into the Clone Wars at the time, and Rebels. I think Rebels, I can't remember when Rebels was. No, I think Rebels was much later. So anyway, that's Disney. But Clone Wars was Lucasfilm Classic, or Star Wars Classic as I call it. So I wonder what the oldest written one, the first written one, well, that's any other stuff. But anyway, so this would be first in the series of the comics from the very beginning. Next one is Force Storm Part 2 of 5, and I'll do that and then comment throughout it and talk about it. Anyway, my name's Ted. Thanks for watching this. I've really enjoyed it. Tune in again. Watch me read another comic. Thanks a lot. Please leave a thumbs up. Click on the thumbs up down there. Leave a comment. Subscribe. Click the bell for notifications. And all that normal stuff. Thanks. Talk to you later.